It's autumn. You know what that means. The leaves are turning, the scarves are out, and your Instagram feed is about 80% full of one thing, the pumpkin spice latte. We're talking about that iconic green logo, the whipped cream, and the sprinkled cinnamon. Whether you love it or hate it, Starbucks is the undisputed king of caffeine, the company which somehow turned a simple coffee run into a daily status symbol. They're on seemingly every corner, in every train station, and at every motorway service stop. You literally cannot escape them. It's practically a global religion. But what if I told you that behind all that pumpkin spice and caramel drizzle, something has gone seriously wrong? You see, while the Instagram addicts have all been busy taking pictures of their lattes, a very different story has been unfolding behind the counter. A story that involves worried accountants, panicked board meetings, and a balance sheet that's positively bleeding red ink. Because in the UK, that green mermaid is practically drowning. How on earth does a company that charges over £4 for a coffee end up in this much of a mess? For the financial year ending in September 2024, Starbucks UK posted a staggering £35.2 million pre-tax loss. Which raises the question, why? Well, it's a perfect storm of a bad economy, brutal competition, and some massive self-inflicted wounds. The first and most obvious culprit is the entire UK economy. To put it mildly, everyone's budgets are being squeezed. And when you're choosing between heating your flat or gulping down an overpriced coffee, guess what's the first thing to get cut from the budget? A Starbucks Frappuccino is the dictionary definition of a non-essential item. It's a treat, and when the price hits £4.70, that treat starts to look, well, ridiculous. People are making a very simple calculation. Their daily Starbucks habit has become a weekly one. The weekly one has become a maybe next month one. And for many, it's become a I'll just make a cup of instant at the office instead. Starbucks' entire brand is built on being a premium part of your daily routine. But in a brutal recession, that premium price tag transforms from a status symbol into a liability. But here's the thing, a bad economy hurts everyone. It doesn't, however, explain a £35 million loss all by itself. No, for that, we need to look at the battlefield. The UK coffee market is a war zone. It's a caffeine-fueled gladiator pit, and Starbucks is getting cornered. A decade ago, Starbucks was the cool American disruptor. But today, they're the slow-moving, expensive incumbent, and they're getting attacked from all sides. First, there's the all-out battle for price. Here, they're being relentlessly undercut by what we can call the value players. The most obvious one is Greggs. Yes, the home of the sausage roll has quietly and very effectively transformed into one of the UK's biggest coffee sellers. While Starbucks is charging £4.50 for a latte, Greggs is slinging a perfectly decent one for under £3, and they'll often bundle it with a breakfast roll for not much more. It's not just Greggs either. McDonald's has poured millions into its McCafe brand, offering coffee that's cheaper, faster, and consistently decent. Next, there's the battle for sheer convenience. On this front, Starbucks is being completely outmaneuvered by the undisputed market leader, Costa Coffee. Costa is the UK's default, and it's dominating through sheer market saturation. Starbucks has about 1,200 stores in the UK, while Costa has over 2,800. You're almost never more than a few minutes from a Costa. They've also saturated the market with thousands of their Costa Express self-serve machines. Their loyalty program is simple, their prices are consistently just under Starbucks, and for many Brits, it's just the more familiar, accessible choice. And finally, there's the battle for quality. This is the one that might hurt the most. Starbucks built its brand on being premium, but are they the best coffee? Not even close. That crown was stolen years ago by the third wave independent shops. These are the quality specialists. The local spots with reclaimed wood countertops, single origin beans, and a barista who is a genuine expert. These local shops offer a far superior product, a better atmosphere, and a local appeal that a global megacorp just can't replicate. This leaves Starbucks trapped in the absolute worst position in any market, the squeezed middle. They're not the best, not the cheapest, and not the most convenient. So, who are they for? A challenging economy and a saturated market explain a sales slump, but they don't fully account for the scale of the £35 million loss. To get the complete picture, we have to look at another significant factor, a widespread consumer boycott that began in late 2023. Now, the events that sparked this fire happened in the United States. It started in October 2023 when the Starbucks Workers United Union, a group representing many US baristas, made a post on its social media that said, "Solidarity with Palestine." The post was not sanctioned by the Starbucks Corporation and was deleted quickly. However, in response, the Starbucks Corporation filed a lawsuit against the union for trademark infringement. Starbucks' legal complaint stated that the post and the union's use of the Starbucks name were confusing customers and damaging the brand. The entire sequence of events, the post, followed by the lawsuit, exploded online and became a global story. But the public didn't see this as a simple trademark dispute. Online, the lawsuit was widely interpreted as a powerful corporation using its legal and financial might to silence its workers over their political expression. Boycott calls quickly went viral on platforms like TikTok and X, spreading rapidly across international borders. Activist groups and consumers in the United Kingdom picked up on the movement, and boycott Starbucks became a trending topic in the UK. So, even though the lawsuit was in America, the reputational damage and the resulting consumer-led boycott hit the UK hard. The business impact was tangible. In their own 2024 financial reports, Starbucks UK officially acknowledged that footfall at some locations was affected due to what it termed misperceptions of its stance, confirming this global movement had a direct local impact on their British stores. So, a bad economy, fierce competition, and a boycott explain the 4% sales drop. But how does a 4% dip turn into a catastrophic £35.2 million loss? Well, the final nail in the coffin was a single massive bill. This year, Starbucks UK was due to pay a £40 million licensing fee to its parent company. This massive, non-negotiable payment is what officially tipped the entire UK operation from struggling too deep into the red. So, the brand is in trouble. What's the plan? Well, the new global CEO has launched a Back to Starbucks strategy, a desperate attempt to fix the fundamentals. And the first, most painful part of that plan, closures. In October 2025, just last month, Starbucks suddenly closed 10 underperforming stores across the UK. This is what they call store rationalization. It's a sign that they know their footprint is bloated and unprofitable. They're also trying to fix the in-store experience, promising faster service and better tech, and they're pushing their drive-through locations hard, which are much more profitable. But is it enough? The UK coffee scene has changed. Consumers are more price-sensitive, more ethically aware, and have more, better options than ever before. Starbucks in the UK is no longer the disruptor. It's the establishment. And unless it can give people a very good reason to walk past Greggs, to ignore Costa, and to skip their local indie shop, that £35 million loss won't just be a bad year. It'll be the writing on the wall. But what do you reckon? Is Starbucks getting what it deserves for years of serving mediocre coffee, or is the hate against them overblown? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your take. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, give us a like, hit subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next video. Cheers for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.